How many people do you know who struggle with their health? Chances are, whether they show it or not, most of the people in your life do. And chances are, you're one of them. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, depression, endometriosis, acne, eczema, autoimmune, thyroid, Lyme, brain fog, fatigue, or any other symptom or condition, you're far from alone. Living with symptoms has become the new normal. So no more guessing games. It's time to get answers. Welcome to the Medical Medium Podcast. I'm Anthony William.
We're talking about extraterrestrials watching chemtrails. That's right. You heard me. Aliens watching what's happening out there. And whether you believe in aliens or not, whether you believe in flying saucers, UFOs or not, they're out there and they're being filmed every single day by people and their cameras. Because it's not like the old days when people didn't have a phone, a camera on them. It's not like 9/11 in 2001 when the Twin Towers went down. Very few people caught that on tape. Meanwhile, tens of thousands of people watched it happen. And so much of the corruption was missed, so many details, because people just couldn't pull out their camera and take a snap. They couldn't pull out their camera and take a video. It was far and few and rare. But not now, but not these days. Extraterrestrials, spaceships, spacecrafts, UFOs, unidentified flying objects are caught every hour, every minute all around the globe. And you know what else is caught on those videos? All the chemtrails, all the white streaks and the foggy haze and the white haze in the sky. It's in so many people's videos and so many people's photographs. Now in this episode, episode 4 of the Geoengineering Chemtrail series, we're talking about all those UFOs up there and all those chemtrails. And do they have any connection with each other? Are they related in some way? Or are they connected in some other way? We're going to talk all about it. Get ready, fasten your seatbelt, strap yourself in. We're going on the Alien and Chemtrail Express. Aliens. They're out there. Look up at the sky enough, you'll spot one. In due time, you'll spot one. You've never seen one before? You've never seen a UFO, unidentified flying object? You will eventually. Look up at the sky at night enough, and you'll see one. You'll spot one. They're there, and people are filming them every single day. All they got to do is pull their camera out of their pocket. They're driving on the highway. They pull over, pull the camera out. They're on an old farm road. They pull over, pull their camera out. They're on the street in a busy city. They look up in the sky. They pull their camera out. Everybody out there will eventually see one at some point in their life because there's that many flying around. And there's good aliens and there's bad aliens. And there's good aliens and there's bad aliens, and there's in between too. There's in between, not so good, not so bad. The thing is, a lot of people probably don't want to hear this, but thank God for the good aliens. Thank God for the good extraterrestrials. Because when you think about it, there's bad aliens out there. And those bad aliens have some pretty darn big ships. And those big ships have weapons on them. Weapons we cannot even imagine. The power we cannot even imagine. And why? Why aren't they just sending down a beam, a laser, an explosive of some kind, blowing up cities, blowing up towns, annihilating the earth? There's a reason. Because the bad aliens are worried. They don't want to go into war. They don't want to go into war with the good aliens. Because the good aliens have weapons too. Powerful weapons. large ships. And the peace treaty goes on. The alien peace treaty up there in the sky lives on every single day. If it didn't, there would be a big problem. There would be alien wars up in the sky and on our land. And the bad aliens, the bad extraterrestrials, the bad spaceships would be doing some serious damage, annihilating cities. So make no mistake, there's a peace treaty up there. Bad aliens and good aliens living with each other, living in each other's space, flying around the planet, in our atmosphere, in our skies. Now, what does that have to do with chemtrails, geoengineering, planes releasing dangerous and deadly toxic chemicals day in and day out? A lot, because they're sharing the skies. They're sharing the skies with chemtrail planes. Now, keep in mind, there's more chemtrail planes in that sky above you than there is military planes, commercial planes, private planes, helicopters. There's more chemtrail planes, geoengineering planes flying around you up there than any other common flight or common plane. They dominate the skies. Geoengineering planes, chemtrail planes, dominate our sky, dominate the air. And aliens, extraterrestrials, know this. They're aware of this because they're seeing it. They're witnessing it. And spaceships that enter our atmosphere are aware of what's in our air, what's in the atmosphere around the planet. They're aware of what toxins are floating around in our sky, because they get an instant understanding with their technology. It's an easy one. It's a no-brainer. They have to know what they're flying into and what they're flying through. And they also need to know if there's a threat against them. Is there something that's flying around? Even though it's primitive and it's fossil fuels and all of our planes up in the sky are driven by petrochemicals, then aliens know this, and they understand that we have engines that are burning fuel and are extremely primitive, low technology, not elevated high technology. So when an alien ship is flying up there, it knows what it's flying through. It's getting readouts. It's understanding the terrain. It's understanding that there are toxic chemicals, toxic waste, dangerous metals, dangerous poisons being propelled, shot out of these planes. And they know that it's dangerous to our health. Aliens, extraterrestrials know our health. They understand our physical bodies. They know it well. And they know that what's being released out of those planes is highly toxic to human life and to nature on planet Earth. So good aliens know there's corruption. Good aliens know there are evil beings, human beings on the planet that want others sick, that want the planet damaged, and want people to suffer greatly. It causes a questioning. Good aliens flying around, good aliens concerned about this planet are wondering why other humans want to destroy it, want to pollute it, and want to hurt people, and want to poison the people here on this planet. So good aliens see this. The truth is, they not only see it, they see everything. They see it spew out of the planes. They see it spew out of the tanks inside the planes. They can do an analysis. They can look inside the plane as they're flying alongside the planes. They can see everything. They can see the contents in the plastic tanks that are sitting inside those planes. They can see how the technology works. They can do analysis on what the chemical is that's spewing out of the plane. They see it all, and they understand it all. Just like they know about the nuclear weapons on this planet. Just like they know about the warheads, the nuclear warheads that are in the silos, just waiting to blast off. They see it all. They understand it all. They know what's there. And so do the bad aliens. So do the evil aliens, the evil extraterrestrials. They see the silos. They see the nuclear warheads. They see the chemtrails. They see it all. And they have the power to send a weapon down to the silos, to blow up the warheads, and to create a war, untold damage. They have the power to destroy the planet, but they're not going to do that because they're in a peace treaty and they don't want a problem because the good aliens don't want that to happen. And so there strikes a balance up there. But when it comes down to chemtrails, something else happens. Somebody else is looking at the chemtrails. It's not the good aliens and it's not the bad aliens. It's somebody else. It's the aliens that sit a little bit in between. They're not totally bad. They're not all good. And they're doing analysis of the atmosphere. They're testing the quality of the air. They're flying through it. They're looking at it. They're seeing the chemtrail planes everywhere. They're watching them. They're watching the poisons come out of the planes. And they're wondering why it's happening. And they're wondering why people are trying to hurt people. They're wondering why people on the planet, human beings, are trying to hurt the planet itself and hurt nature at the same time. And they're wondering something that the good aliens are wondering too, and the bad aliens. They're wondering why the evildoers on the planet are doing it when it's obviously going to affect them. They're going to be breathing in all those toxic chemicals. But one of the problems with these aliens, the ones that aren't the good ones, and they're not really the bad ones, they're in between, is they have no peace treaty. They're not worried about anything. They're not worried that if they do something terrible or something wrong, that they're going to be really punished. Although they are concerned to some degree, but they realize they're not in the same battle or war between good and bad aliens if a peace treaty fell through. And that's when one of these alien ships could go rogue. And that's when some of these aliens could go rogue and alter history or create history that's not good. Now, because people are not being punished for the crime of dumping these toxic chemicals onto children, onto people, onto families, onto the planet, and they're not being called out, and they're not being found out, and the evildoers are free to actually just keep on doing what they've been doing since the 1960s, dumping trillions of tons of toxic chemicals out of planes, out of the sky, onto humankind. No repercussions, no ramifications, no punishment. No one's knocking on their door telling them to stop because there is no door. There is no door to knock on. There's no way to find them. It's classified. It's top secret. Nobody knows who's even doing it. No one's even sure it's geoengineering, or is it a chemtrail? What is it at all? There's nobody to hold accountable. Accountability is impossible. Who is it? Who's doing it? What are the evildoers? Who are the evildoers? Where are they? Where are they located? Where are their airports? Who are their pilots? And how can they be stopped? One of the problems with this is they're seen as a free radical. They're seen by spacecrafts, spaceships, UFOs, extraterrestrials. They're seen as free radicals, dangerous, toxic free radicals. And so it's really a matter of time before one of these spaceships, one of these alien crafts, one of these extraterrestrials says enough is enough and starts to eradicate the chemtrail planes and starts to eradicate the geoengineering planes because they share the same space, because aliens are using the same airspace. They're flying through it, and they don't want to see that. There's going to come a time where there's going to be a rogue alien, a rogue extraterrestrial that's going to say, time to put the foot down, time to stop whatever this is. This isn't helping human beings down there. It's not helping us as we're flying through it. It's dangerous. It's traffic that's in our way. It's traffic that's not productive. An alien craft that's traveling at an extremely high warp speed can accidentally run into one of these chemtrail planes, and one of these chemtrail planes is really just causing damage, causing destruction. So I wouldn't doubt at all that some of these chemtrail planes, or a lot of them, start either disappearing or going down because of extraterrestrials acting as vigilantes, thinking it's very possible they can get away with doing it because the good aliens are probably not going to say anything because they know that the chemtrail planes and the geoengineering planes are highly dangerous, highly toxic, and destructive. So they may not do anything to these other aliens. And the bad aliens, the same way. The aliens in between are not worried about them possibly too. They're not worried about the bad aliens punishing them. The good, the bad, the in-between aliens can all come to an actual understanding where these chemtrail planes and geoengineering planes shouldn't be sharing the sky, shouldn't be in their way, and should be poisoning the people. Even the bad aliens may not want people poisoned. Sure, they want to mine the land. They want to make deals with higher governments, secret governments. They want precious metals and minerals out of the earth. They want to make deals with evildoers. And with all that said, it doesn't mean they think it's right that chemtrail planes are poisoning the planet and poisoning the people. And they are. They are poisoning people. They are affecting people's health. They are dumping trillions of gallons of byproduct, trillions of gallons of chemicals from the chemical industry straight onto everyone without a care in the world. So why do people, evildoers that are responsible for this deal, for the geoengineering and chemtrail deals, and other things that are sprayed in the sky, which we're going to talk about in further episodes, why are these evildoers allowing it to happen to them, allowing these toxic chemicals to be dumped on their families, their children, themselves? For one, it's greed, because they're being paid to allow it to happen, paid to do it. They're getting trillions of dollars. They're not billionaires. They're bigger than billionaires. They're trillionaires. The illumination, the people who are responsible for this, want more money. They have money. They always want more money. One of the reasons why? So they can keep on exploring technology that allows them or them to believe that they will live forever, or their offspring will live forever, to either be frozen, then defrosted into the future, or some other form of technology that allows them to be revived later on in the future, put to sleep, and then revived. Or their spiritual belief system, where they think they're going to come back, not just come back, but come back into the same family, come back into the same exact family. Or they believe they're going to be rewarded by darkness, given things that no one else has, given things that nobody else will ever get, things that they could obtain from darkness because they're doing dark deeds. But these evildoers, the illumination, are building castles. They're building castles with air quality that isn't the air quality we breathe from the outside of their castles. They're building castles that don't get affected by radiation, that don't get affected by nuclear waste. They're building underground bunkers, underground castles, underground mansions, and they're using the money they're making from the deals of the chemicals being loaded into the chemtrail planes. They're using that money from those deals, which equals trillions of dollars over time, to build all of that, to protect themselves for the future and their families. It's a long-term gravy train that's been happening since the 60s. And aliens? They're aware of it. Now, aliens know the difference between jet fuel, fossil fuel, petroleum products. They know the difference between the exhaust that's coming out of the jet engines compared to the chemicals that are being released out of the plastic tanks inside of the airplanes. And they know the difference from a commercial plane that has a couple of hundred people on it, that's transporting passengers, human beings. Aliens know this. They know the difference of every single thing that's flying through the sky, that's flying in the air. Every machine, everything that has wings, everything that has propellers and jets. And they know the toxicity level of the planet Earth. They know the toxicity level of planet Mars. But they know the toxicity level in the way that they're monitoring it. They know here on planet Earth, it's becoming more toxic. They know the chemtrails are part of that, a big part of that. Just like they know about the wars, they know about the missiles taking off and blowing up. They know about the smog coming out of the factories, and so many other facets of how this planet is slowly dying. But chemtrails, it's a whole nother level of toxicity, whole nother level of poisoning. It's not killing people direct, like in wars, where evil madmen plot evil killings, mass destruction, killing masses of people, thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. It's different. It's a slow kill. It's a slow, elongated kill that takes decades upon decades. It's for the long run. And the extraterrestrials, the aliens, they know when they started it. The first chemtrail plane that ever entered the sky, extraterrestrials know what plane that was. They know what aircraft that was. And aliens, extraterrestrials, know where every single classified private airport is. They know where it's located, every single one of them, around the globe. Now, before you get worried and you think about how toxic this must be, how toxic chemtrails are, you got to think about one thing. Your body has an ability to cleanse and to heal. And when you're using the right tools, you can protect yourself. And we're going to talk more about that in coming episodes. Check out medicalmedium.com. Lots of free recipes. Check out the Medical Medium book series. You can find me on Telegram. You can find me on YouTube. And of course, here at the Medical Medium podcast. And if you have some time, give a listen to Medical Medium Angels, Demons, and Spiritual Tools. Information that's empowering, powerful information, profound information that can even be life-changing. Information that can protect you. Many blessings, and God bless you. This is Flight 312 to the base. 312, this is the base. Got an unidentified object flying with us. It's on the south side of the plane. It's flying at our speed. Over. Flight 312, this is the base. We have 6 other pilots in the area. You sure it's not one of us? This is Flight 312 back to the base. No, it's not one of us, sir. The shape of the object is round, and it's got no wings. Over. This is the base, Flight 312. Keep it steady. This is Flight 312. We're getting kind of nervous. 100 yards now to the left of us. Staying steady at our speed. Over. Flight 312, this is the base. Keep on standby. Roger that. Flight 312, this is the base. Are you currently releasing a chemical load? This is Flight 312 to the base. I currently am releasing 5,000 gallons. Over. Flight 312, this is the base. Abort mission. Kill all switches. Stop contents from leaving the plane. Roger that. All contents not leaving the plane. Everything's locked down. Flying steady. Over. Flight 312, this is the base. How's the unidentified object? Is it still there? It's Flight 312 to the base. Object is gone. No longer in sight. Over. Flight 312, this is the base. In 55 miles. Drop the next load. Turn the switches on. Release the contents. 5,000 gallons. Flight 312 to the base. Roger that. Over.
Original published medical medium information gets stolen and poached by podcast doctors, social media doctors, influencers, and medical clinics. Medical medium information has never yet been proven wrong by medical science and research. Instead, the opposite. Only proven right and then taken from medical medium published material and used in the conventional and alternative health communities. Medical medium information continually sets the stage for medical science to understand chronic illness better. If you choose to share or use the original, unique content from the Medical Medium podcast, books, or Medical Medium social media, please cite where this information comes from, so others who see and learn of this information have a chance to know where it all originates, to give them an opportunity to heal, so they don't end up losing years of their life searching for answers like so many have before them. The Medical Medium information here on this podcast doesn't come from broken science, interest groups, medical funding with strings attached, botched research, lobbyists, internal kickbacks, persuaded belief systems, private panels of influencers, health field payoffs, trendy traps, or gathered bits and pieces of gimmicky confusion. Because chronic illness is exploding like never before in our modern day history, it takes a greater force than us down here. It takes a helping hand from above. Medical medium information has street cred. It's an organic movement of countless people around the world healing. More healing stories of real people not being paid to tell their life-changing experiences of rising out of the ashes of sickness and entering into the light of full recovery, getting their lives back and finally healing when nothing else in the world of health could move the needle and get them better. The information on this podcast is not man-made. It comes from above, from a higher source. Whatever you believe in, whether God, the universe, the light, or the creator, or if you believe in nothing at all, that we're just floating through space together on this rock. Know that the information you hear on this podcast is separate from all the other noise out there. It comes from a different place, a pure, untampered with, advanced, clean, uncorrupted, original, primary source, a higher source, spirit of compassion.